Hi there.
Hello.
So I've just died.
Oh.
What do you do with my collection?
I'd probably sell it all and then turn your room into a golf simulator.
Golf simulator?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi, it's going good.
So I just died. What do you do with my collection?
I'm selling everything.
Everything?
Everything.
Would you know how to put it all back together?
Uh, yes.
Hello.
Hi.
So I have just died.
Okay.
Do you have any idea what you would do with my collection or how to even start dealing with my collection? Or would you just throw it away?
Does it sound terrible that I've thought about that before?
Oh, man. But no, not really. I mean, it's something that I think a lot of collectors should think about.
I'm pretty practical, so I think about those kind of things. But no, I would probably hop into your groups and be looking to liquidate and seeing if anyone is interested in a collection. We actually had a group member die a few years ago, and that was something that I remember we discussed, was selling some of his pieces in the groups. So I think that's what I would do first, is look into selling those pieces in the groups that's probably why I'm a member in, so I can get into them if I need to, and liquidating those. And I mean, the rest, I guess I'd list on eBay or whatever I needed to do. But no, I wouldn't just trash them. I know there's value in them, but I would definitely be looking to offload them. I don't need them. They're not my collection.
That's right. Well, it's good to hear your thoughts, and maybe this will help other collectors.
Okay, well, it does feel like an off-the-wall question, but I think the answer is, there's definitely value in those pieces. The art will be harder because I know less about them, but if you watched our insurance video, you know that my husband does keep a list of everything in his collection, so at least I have that to refer to, so I can check those out and have a better idea of trying to match what's what to what it is. But yeah, I think that's the answer.
And what would you guys do? What would you do with my collection? What? You're just here for the treats? Oh, okay. Fair enough. What happens when you die? What happens to all of your collectibles? And this idea for this video was actually given to me from another collector. And they were curious. They were curious about how people would treat death and collectibles. And I thought that was a really, really great thing that I don't know if I've fully thought through. And so I want to talk to you guys about that today. We have a love for this stuff, right? The stuff behind you right now, the stuff behind me right now, this is the stuff that we love and that we connected with because of something, whether it's our childhood, whether it's our love for film, whether it is our love for comics, whatever it is, we collect this painted rock, right? It means something to us, whether it's art, statues, Funko Pops, bottle caps, whatever. It means something to us. It gives us purpose. It gives us meaning, right? And it takes us to our happy place. But when we are dead, when we pass away, what does come of all this stuff? Is there a plan in place? And so again, I thought that was really interesting. So I think that there's a couple of different things that could happen. Okay. Number one, they're just going to throw all this stuff away. They're going to throw it in a bin and get rid of it. They're going to get rid of the boxes. They're just going to throw it away. But you know what? That's okay because you are not here anymore, right? But the problem is there is value here. Now, again, they might just want to scrap it. They might just want to get rid of all of it and convert this room into something else, right? But I think that it's important for your family. I think it's important for your relatives or even maybe your friends if you're, if you are not in a relationship or don't have a family. I think it's important for people to know the value. So one thing that I have done for a really long time is I've kept spreadsheets of my current orders. Now, as soon as that order was done, I would get rid of it. I would get rid of the spreadsheet or get rid of that line item. But since then, if you guys watched my video on where my wife and I, we talked a little bit about the insurance and itemizing every single thing in your collection and how important that is, and how keeping that updated for insurance purposes is a really good idea. I think it's also a really good idea because it lets your family, if they have access to your spreadsheet, which like mine's on Google, like a Google Drive type thing. So share that with your family. Itemize your items. If you have a small collection, it might not be that big a deal, but if you have a large collection like myself that's worth, some money, itemize those things and let your family know. Well, some of you are not going to want your spouse to know how much your statues are. I get that. But maybe if not, leave instructions upon my death. Open this file. But having a line item of how much your stuff is worth, it might give your family to say, okay, well, instead of just throwing all this out, maybe I can sell some of it. There have been collectors over the years that have passed away. Some that we very well know. I remember there was one, and some of you might remember him. His name was Captain Joe. And he had a lot of health issues and he passed away. But he was such an amazing member of the community. And the community actually raised $1,000 plus for his family, which it's one of my proudest moments. And that was, back in the old Bat Cave days, just so cool. But the family reached out to me because they didn't know what to do with the stuff. Like they didn't know how to handle that. And so again, the advice would be, again, keep your boxes because if you're going to take the time to box them all back up and sell them in the community, maybe through the buy sell trade groups, you're still going to be able to make some money. And even if you don't let's say that the market right now is awful. Let's say that you spent $1,000 on a statue and your family is asking $300. It's still $300 in their pocket, and somebody's probably going to buy that than just throwing it away, right? So even if you can get a little bit of money out of it, but again, it's going to be work for your family. So it'll be interesting to have a conversation with your family and say, what happens to this stuff whenever I'm gone? What would you want to do with it? And if they say, well, I have no idea, I wouldn't even know where to start, maybe having that conversation, and again, hopefully you won't need that information for a really, really long time. But again, I just keep thinking about, will this be a burden to my family when I pass? Yeah. They're not going to want to box it up. They're not going to want to do all of that. They're not going to know how to take apart the statue. That's a lot of work. It's a lot of work for me that knows how to do it. When you move a statue around, you have to take it apart or at least take off most of it. So do I think that most of my stuff will probably end up in a bin? Probably. Is that sad? Yeah. Because I don't know if my family is going to want to do a lot of that work. But again, if they know that there's value, I think there's more value in like my art. I can see them maybe trying to sell the art because it's a one-of-a-kind thing. That'd be a lot easier to sell than some of the statues. But also, the community aspect of it is also important. Be part of this community. Because if people know that you've passed and they know what pieces you have, they might reach out to the family and say, hey, I would really love to have that piece. Can I buy it from you? I would love to buy it from you in his or her memory. I think that'd be awesome. So being part of the community and having the connections with other collectors and again, social media, it is what it is. Some people don't want their stuff out there. They want privacy, but I still think you can still be part of this community even if you don't want that aspect of your life shown. But having the ability, like I know that I've made so many good friends in this hobby and even friends with their spouses in some cases, that I know that there would be other people in the community that would help my family out if I'm gone. So being part of this community, I think, is important too. So I think having the spreadsheets, having the conversations, the tough conversations about what would happen to this stuff, what would you want to happen to this stuff before I'm gone? And then number 3, again, just being part of the community and having those conversations with other collectors and just being known and being willing to help each other out. If you see somebody struggling or if you see a family member struggling, again, I've seen people post and say, hey, my husband or my boyfriend died, or, they're no longer collecting. I don't know what to do with this stuff. Just being there, willing to offer advice. Because again, none of that's a great topic. None of that's fun to talk about. But I think having a plan for some of your collectibles, again, I think a lot of people will probably just throw it away. But if they understand that there is value there and that they could get some money back, possibly, even though they might have to do a little bit of work, or in my case, a lot of work, God, I don't envy my family at all. But if they throw it all away, they do. It's up to them. But anyway, it is something that we do have to think about, because we all go whether we like it or not. We just don't know when that's going to happen. So let me know if you have any further advice. Maybe some of you out there have already gone through this with family members of your own, with their collectibles. Let me know what you guys think. Any advice is helpful in the comments, so thank you very much for that. So anyway, I hope this helps some of you. Maybe it just gave you peace of mind. Maybe it gave you something to think about. And that's really what I wanted to do today, was just get you to think about those ugly things that are going to happen, unfortunately. But are you prepared for it? Is your family prepared for it? So anyway, just a little talking point today. Hope you're all doing great. Thank you for listening to me ramble on for 9+ minutes. I really appreciate you guys very, very much. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't done so. I mean, come on, why haven't you subscribed yet? And also join if you haven't done so. That also helps the channel out tremendously. And I can't thank you enough for hitting the join button, for all of the members that have done so, that are part of the Brotherhood of the Bat. Love you guys. Thank you for spending your time with me. And I'll see you soon in the Bat Cave. Bye, everybody. Hey guys, I have partnered up with Redwolf Collectibles, maker of incredible comic book display options, including this outstanding, heavy-duty, and well-made slab stand featuring an anti-slip pad and all the accessories needed to display your most prized slab comic books, just like this one here in my collection. And now they even have interchangeable 3D design plates that feature really strong magnets that let you easily swap out logos to match your comic books, slabs, or whatever superhero you want to feature in your display in an absolutely incredible way. And these are just some of the plates available for purchase from DC, Marvel, and much, much more. I mean, look at all of the options here. You can even have your own custom logo made. And they also offer magnetized comic book frames. You simply remove the front, place your comic book inside, and place the magnetized cover back on. It's that simple, yet looks absolutely amazing, and even features a built-in hook so you can display it on the wall. I mean, look how awesome this looks. Now, if you don't have a slab, you can also purchase their protective comic book cases, which feature high-quality metal corners and screws. And you can also pair this up with the display stands to give it that amazing slab look. Now, all of these are absolutely incredible, and make sure you use code STATUE at checkout for a discount at redwolfcollectibles.com. I'm so happy to be partnering with them because their products are absolutely amazing. Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these 2 awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.